There is so much to learn when you're starting a new business, and particularly in the professional organizing industry, there are tons of resources. So we're going to talk about books today. I'm going to share with you 5 of my absolute favorite books. These are ones that I find myself recommending to coaching clients over and over again. It's a good mixture of books both about organizing and decluttering, as well as business startups. So if you're looking for a few pieces of reading inspiration, I encourage you to stick around and let's get into it. Woo! What's up and welcome to the Speak Organized podcast. I'm your host, Melanie Summers, professional organizer, decluttering expert, and productivity-based life coach. I like to speak organized to give you the tools to conquer your clutter, live life with more purpose, and learn all about the business of tidying. And I really just felt the need to do a little bit of choreography with that today. Don't know why. A little extra coffee, perhaps. All right, fam, before we dive into this list of 5 essential books for your professional organizing business, I'm going to let you in on a few special offers. If you're ready to get serious about starting or leveling up your professional organizing business, you have the opportunity to schedule an affordable consultation with me to get all of your questions answered. For real, nothing is off the table. And I would be honored to strategize with you and provide you with tons of resources during our call. I am serious about my mission to help you successfully start your own business and help you overcome any fear or doubt you have in your ability to make home organizing your new career. It was the best thing I ever did, and I would love to help you do it too. My schedule fills up quickly, so be sure to click the link in the description or the pinned comment to book your call before all of my slots are full for the month. And if you're ready to get paying clients in the door faster, you're going to need a streamlined process to onboard your prospects. And I have taken all the guesswork out of doing that. What to ask potential clients during consultations, what to put in your agreements, getting customer reviews, and more with my signature Pro Organizer Forms pack. These are 9 done-for-you forms that are customizable in a free Canva account, and I'll even show you how to set up that account if you've never used Canva before. These forms will save you days, possibly weeks worth of work researching and drafting critical documents to run your business professionally, and they're specifically designed for our industry. All of my YouTube and podcast fam get an exclusive discount, YT Pro 8, and that will get you $8 off at checkout. Lastly, if you are totally intimidated by using social media for your business, I have a great class that you can watch on your own time called the I Speak Organized Social Media Method. It includes 5 20 to 30 minute lessons that will help you come up with endless post ideas for the most popular platforms, including easy Reels and TikTok video ideas, how to boost your following and engagement with people who actually like and share your content, how to post consistently without spending hours on social every day, with my signature content planner that you'll receive for free at the end of class, and a breakdown of all my favorite tools and software. I've made it super accessible and affordable for you. And of course, you get a bonus discount for being part of my speaker fam, ISO Social 5 at checkout. All of that good stuff is going to be located down below in the description of the YouTube video, the pinned comment of this video, as well as the show notes of the podcast. So I encourage you, before you leave today, go check it out. If you get value out of today's episode, please smash that like button. It really helps out the channel. However you're here today, check out the screen of your device, tap the subscribe button. I would be honored to have you as a member of the speaker fam. And if you have questions, the best way to get in touch is to comment down below on YouTube if you're watching, or join my free Facebook group to ask questions there. I'm having a hard time keeping up with DMs these days, so I'm usually able to get to you quicker inside the Facebook group, or you can chat with other like-minded business professionals in that group as well. There are some really awesome folks jumping in to help give advice and answer questions. All right, I picked the books on this list for very specific reasons. And number 1 on the list is a book that I like to recommend to all of my coaching clients who are trying to help their clients with the mentality of decluttering, with helping give them the mindset shifts that they need in order to be able to let go of their stuff and live a tidier life, essentially. So number 1 on this list is Decluttering at the Speed of Life by Dana K. White. I recommend this book to everyone. And whether you are a professional organizer trying to help help clients, or you're somebody that struggles with sentimentality, or you just struggle in general with letting things go, this is the go-to book. And so I'll read you just a little bit of the description of it. It says, you don't have to live overwhelmed by stuff. You can get rid of clutter for good. Decluttering expert Dana White identifies the emotional challenges that make it difficult to declutter and provides workable solutions to break through and make progress. So this book really isn't intended for somebody who wants to go full on minimalist. It's really kind of more of a realistic take on an American household, possibly a family with multiple children, where having a very minimalist lifestyle isn't necessarily desired or realistic. This book kind of meets those people in the middle and helps you determine what's truly special, what's truly worth holding on to, and what is worth letting go. She not only tackles a lot of the emotional and mental stuff, but then she also gives a very good account and step-by-step of how to tackle the clutter in each of the most common spaces throughout your home, and kind of walks you through the process of what she did on her own decluttering journey. Dana actually talks a little bit about, in the beginning of the book, how she struggled with clutter for most of her young adult life, and how she kind of built a system of different questions and ideas to walk herself through every time she needed to go and purge and create a better functional space. So it's definitely a must. Go pick it up. And you can also listen to it on Audible. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier in the episode, but all of these books, the other reason why I recommended them is because they're all available on Audible. There's a link down in the description of the YouTube video and podcast show notes where you'll be able to try out Audible for free for 30 days, and you get 2 free audiobooks with that trial. So that way you can download 2 of your favorite books from this list for free and get to learning. All right, number 2 on this list is one of my absolute favorites for a different reason, and it tackles the clutter problem from a professional's perspective and gives you some strategies and just things to look for when you're identifying what your client's clutter triggers actually are. It's not always easy to see the problem right away because it's not always physical. And so this one is It's All Too Much, An Easy Plan for Living a Richer Life with Less Stuff by Peter Walsh. That was a long title, so I'm cheating and looking at my notes here. If you're watching this video, you saw me cheating. Anyway, it is a fabulous resource, and it's very in-depth and user-friendly. So it says the organizing advisor for TLC's Clean Sweep outlines a program for home organizing and clutter elimination as a means of reducing stress, in a reference that makes step-by-step recommendations for addressing related psychological obstacles. He has more ideas in his latest book on clutter management than the spare closet has junk, and even better, it's organized, in-depth, and entirely user-friendly. So this is actually one that I find myself reading as a reference over and over again, especially when I'm trying to tackle a specific category of items. He's got a really thorough step-by-step breakdown of how to actually process through many different categories of stuff. And so I often will reach for this when I need a little bit of a refresher on how to systematize something. So if you're looking for advice to figure out exactly how to deal with a certain category of clutter, like maybe you're trying to work on electronic file management, or you're trying to work on a pantry, or you're trying to work on a garage, whatever it is, he's definitely got it covered with a very in-depth step-by-step system. So definitely go ahead and check that one out. Number 3 on this list is a pretty short and sweet one that has a great take on the consumer mindset in America. It is called Breaking Up With Your Stuff by Maren Rose. She's also a professional organizer, and she has a great take on the sales industry and how companies actually market to us to make us want to buy and collect things. So that was a real eye-opener for me, and it was a lot of information that I was able to pass on to my clients, particularly those that love a good sale, that are constantly buying things, and there's an imbalance of inflow of items into their home and not enough outflow. So this really tackles a lot of that, and she gives great practical strategies for how to get things out of your home in responsible, sustainable ways. There were a lot of donation ideas beyond just Goodwill and Salvation Army that she went through. Her suggestions helped me pick the right search terms to find good community organizations for donating and repurposing. So that alone is one of the reasons why I recommend this book. It says, personal organizing coach Maren Rose argues that we're all in a toxic relationship with our stuff and that we've got some serious thinking to do before we can expect to make lasting positive change. In these pages, she explores common emotional barriers to people reducing consumption and ownership, from personal feelings of anxiety, guilt, regret, and our faith in the omnipresent American illusion that stuff is a direct path to happiness. So definitely a great short read. Go pick it up. Number 4 on this list was a total game changer for me as a business owner, and it's a financial structure that I use to this day. The book is called Profit First by Mike Michalowicz, and it's difficult for me to describe succinctly what it's about, so you just got to go pick it up. And I really like the Audible version in particular because the author Mike actually narrates it, and he adds in a lot of extra details to the audiobook version, so you get a whole bunch more than you do with the paper version. So go check that one out for sure. He's very funny, very relatable, and he makes this sort of scary, daunting task of doing all your bookkeeping and accounting as a small business owner seem relatively doable. It's very unconventional. It's probably not what you're used to in terms of setting up a financial structure, but it's 100% worth it. And one of the things that I love about it is how I always have extra money set aside for everything that I need. I always know how much money I have for each category of expenses that my business incurs. And then, of course, I always have more than enough money for taxes. And they have a whole bunch of resources on the Profit First website if you want to work with a bookkeeper or a financial specialist that knows the Profit First system. It's really easy to get some guidance on setting it up. He says conventional accounting uses the logical, albeit flawed formula, sales minus expenses equals profit. The problem is businesses are run by humans, and humans aren't always logical. Serial entrepreneur Mike Michalowicz has developed a behavioral approach to accounting to flip the formula sales minus profit equals expenses. Just as the most effective weight loss strategy is to limit portions by using smaller plates, Michalowicz shows that by taking profit first and appropriating only what remains for expenses, entrepreneurs will transform their businesses from cash-eating monsters to profit cash cows. And I definitely resonate with that. Not that I'm rolling in the dough, but I always feel like I have the money that I need for each specific category of expenses in my business. So it takes a lot of the stress off of it and makes you feel in control of your finances, which we all need. Number 5 on this list is an interesting one to round out our reading list of 5 books for your professional organizing business. It's called The Go-Giver by Bob Burg and David Mann. And it's an interesting one because it's a narrative, a story. It's not a self-development or business development book. It has characters based on real people, and it tells a story. So the reason why I picked it is because the sentiment and the mindset that I learned from that book directly influenced why I have my YouTube channel and why I have my podcast. It talks about flipping the script from being a go-getter to becoming a go-giver, and really valuing giving back to your community and providing value to people rather than trying to see how much value you can bring in to your business. The idea is that by giving, you become a more magnetic force, and the return on that type of investment brings in a lot of unexpected rewards. I definitely have noticed that that's true in my own business. I've really felt the effects of trying to be a more giving and generous business professional. And that's why I have, again, that platform to share everything, to share all this stuff with you guys every single week. And I've met some really amazing people through trying to give more value to my community through YouTube and podcasting that I wouldn't otherwise have ever had access to. A lot of you come on coaching calls with me. You have amazing business ideas, and I love being able to sit and strategize and dive deeper with those people. But I also love knowing that those of you who I never will get to speak with have some value to take with you to go and live your best life, go and fulfill your dreams. I mean, there's really nothing better than that at the end of the day. If you look back on your legacy as a business owner, the book doesn't talk about letting people walk all over you and giving, but the light bulb for me with this book is that in order to fulfill the circle of giving, there must be somebody to receive, because giving does not work if there's nobody to receive. And so you are not constantly just giving to people. You are also being the recipient of somebody else giving to you. And that is what completes the loop. It really kind of just dives into how that works, what that looks like in various different business settings. And it kind of, through the narrative, goes through different ways of networking with other business professionals and how essentially scratching each other's backs opens up a lot of doors and opportunities because you were generous with what you had. So I definitely recommend this one to pick up, especially if you're feeling like there's a lot of competition against you. You're worried about not getting clients. Maybe you have a scarcity mindset when it comes to clients or finances or something like that, and you're not feeling in the most generous spirit. So this book definitely will help put that into perspective in a healthy way and give you some good networking strategies. All right, fam, that wraps it up. 5 books, nice and tidy for your organizing business reading list. I really hope you got value out of this today. If you did and you're watching on YouTube, please smash that like button. It really, really helps the channel grow, and it's free. Make sure that you go down into the description of the video or the podcast show notes to snag the link to your Audible subscription. You get 2 free audiobooks there. You can knock out your 2 favorites in a couple of days from this list. It's a great way to get started. And I have links to all the books down there as well if you want to purchase the written version. Make sure that you comment below if you have questions. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, you can leave this podcast a review. I would love, love, love that. You can join my free Facebook group if you have questions or you want to hang out with like-minded POs in that group. Beyond that, I hope you guys have a fabulous day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.